talk about the case. We'll see you after the break. Close the door. Anything we need to talk about?
I don't believe so.
Should we put the sidebar on the record, Judge?
Just to put that sidebar on the record, this was excluding some indication that Mr. Pedrin had talked to Aubrey about some marijuana, and I excluded. The one thing I think there's a dispute about is whether it was stipulated to before or not. I just didn't think it was relevant to the moment. I do think it's another act. I guess it's now in dispute whether it should have been admitted or not or stipulated to. So the court excluded it at the time. I don't remember the stipulations completely, Mr. Zacher, to be honest. So, I mean, if there's a dispute here, I'm not sure there's a way to correct this problem. You're saying that you're not stipulating to it, Mr. Torbenson.
Judge, if there was a stipulation, it was before I was the prosecutor assigned to the case, and I was not aware of all the stipulations. I think there's a vast number of things that have already come in with regards to other acts. This has minimal relevancy to this particular case, and it has overwhelming prejudicial value. So for that reason, I am objecting to it. All of the other acts that the defense has filed have come into evidence. This is one minor one that I did dispute, and it was, if there was a stipulation, it was before I was on the case.
Judge, I can just say something a little bit more on that. This is one of the two issues with the other acts. I told the court I addressed with defense counsel just prior to trial starting. Part of the issue with that other act was that we didn't have additional evidence that the other act was happening for the purpose that defense said it was happening. So that was my issue and asked that it be addressed with the court before it was brought in. To take care of kind of that offer of proof related to a judge.
So, Your Honor, we filed the comprehensive other acts motion. The state is bound by the actions of other state actors. It's stipulated to all of the other acts in the other acts motion, including that subject matter. This is contained on a text message or a series of text messages that Ms. Dikeman captured from Mr. Pedrin's phone. Whereby Mr. Pedrin agrees to bring his then 13-year-old daughter to the hemp store to purchase marijuana products for her and coaches her through the process of passing a urinalysis drug test after the fact and gives him an update on that drug test. She also asks him to pick her up a cart, which in the context of this conversation clearly appears to be a cartridge of marijuana resin, and he agrees to do so. We have the photos of the text messages. I can introduce them as an offer of proof here, but like the court granted the order on the stipulation admitting this other acts. I'm not aware of any authority that allows the state to effectively take it back because they disagreed with the decisions of the prior prosecutor. I think particularly if the child were to testify, it's going to be relevant to bias and her motives. I would expect that would be fair fodder for cross-examination as well.
The only other thing I would point out is they just said a THC/hemp store, which if it's a legal product versus an illegal product, that's even more of a differential for it to not come into evidence in this particular case.
It's not a legal product for a 13-year-old child, which is what we're talking about.
And Your Honor, the issue I raised with defense counsel is that they are saying that these things were given to the minor to manipulate her and keep her aligned with Mr. Pedrin's interests. So that's what I wanted the offer of proof of. If there was any foundation for that, I think that's different than what we're dealing with right now.
All right, so when we get to Aubrey, if she testifies, What I'll allow is, let's do an offer of proof beforehand. I'll review the situation, I'll see what it really is, and look at that carefully. I mean, I'll just say that, you know, substances, whether they be legal, like basically prescriptions are legal, marijuana is legal in certain but they're both legal in certain circumstances. They're not legal just all the time. We all know that. So that's part of the issue. Sorry I'm standing right now. I'm just take a break from sitting. Didn't mean to make you stand that whole time. Let's take a break. We'll back about 22. Okay? Thank you.
What do you guys have next?
I'm not sure because that was kind of long.
I can unmute. All right, going back on the record. Everybody's present. We'll bring the jury in. Who are you going to call for your next witness?
Thank you, Judge. There are a couple things I just want to put on the record real briefly regarding the next witness. So the next witness is going to be Carsten Jar, and he is going to testify to the 911 call, but his body camera footage of the response on the morning of February 11th, 2023 is also going to come into evidence. That shows a lot of the efforts to perform CPR on Alex Xavier's body. It's very sensitive footage, so I have already told the media and I've warned them that that's going to be the second witness and none of that should be captured during the portion of his testimony. I don't know if the court wants to do anything with regards to the jury with what they're about to see, or if the court is okay with me preparing them for that. I leave that up to the court.
Counsel, do you have an opinion about that?
Judge, I think it's appropriate to order the media not to footage. I would prefer if the court not issue a court-ordered trigger warning for the jury, just to bring evidence. We already covered that in voir dire, that some of this will be.
All right.
I don't have a concern with the media. They understand and they were agreeable.
Okay, so yeah, the media understands not to show the video, especially of the child. I think with the jury, all I'm going to say is that the next testimony may be something where you need a break. If you need a break, please let us know, and we'll take a break. Is that okay? Neutral enough from that perspective? Yeah. I just want to let them know that they can ask for a break. So.
Judge, just for the record, I'm submitting what's been marked as Exhibit 4 as an offer of proof. I would note that Ms. Pedrin also indicated in her interview with the police that she referenced some of these text messages that have been sent to her.
The text messages, and these are the text messages from, explain what 234 is again.
These are text messages that Ms. Dikeman photograph from Mr. Pedrin's phone between he and his daughter discussing the use of marijuana and purchase of marijuana and a drug test.
Okay. So that's just received for, as an offer of proof for that last objection, which the court is sort of somewhat holding open depending on how testimony comes in, but right now I'm not allowing it in. So given that, is the jury ready to come in? Okay, as soon as they're ready, bring them on in. All right, everybody, you may be seated. Before we begin, just to again reiterate that if for some reason during this testimony you need a break, you need it to stop for a bit, please just let us know. We'll take a break. You don't have to wait for me to take a break, in other words. So, okay, having said that, go ahead and call your name.
They call us Carsten Jar.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you give in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I gave you the wrong one. Please state your name for the record.
My name is Carsten Jar.
Can you spell that for us?
Carstenjahr.
How are you employed?
I am a deputy sheriff for La Crosse County.
With the La Crosse County Sheriff's Office?
La Crosse County Sheriff's Office, that is correct.
How long have you worked as a deputy with the La Crosse County Sheriff's Office?
Be, 3.5 years now.
3.5 years. I want to take you back to February 11th of 2023. Were you working in your capacity as a deputy with the La Crosse County Sheriff's Office on the morning of February 11th, 2023?
I was.
How long had you been working with the department at that point in time?
Approximately 4 or 5 months.
4 to 5 months.
Yep.
What was the nature of the call that you responded to on the morning of February 11th, 2023?
So on that morning, we responded to a report of a 6-year-old who had gotten into prescription medication and was non-responsive on the ground.
You just told this jury that this was 4 to 5 months on the job as a sheriff's deputy, is that correct?
That is correct.
Was this one of the first times that you've seen an unresponsive body?
In the capacity that I was being told that it was going to be, in progress, yes, I had responded to, I think, maybe 1 or 2 deceased elderly individuals prior to this.
1 or 2 other calls involving what's referred to as a dead-on entry?
Correct.
Okay, this is different than a dead-on entry, though, correct?
Correct.
Okay. What's a dead-on entry?
It would be when you respond to the call, essentially you know ahead of time this individual you're going to see is going to be deceased.
Was this the first call that you responded to in your law enforcement career involving an unresponsive child?
Correct.
When law enforcement is responding to a call, you have many functions, isn't that right?
That is correct.
Are you trained in CPR?
I am.
And You are trained in performing life-saving measures.
Correct.
You're also trained in conducting investigations, is that correct?
Correct.
When you first arrived on scene to this 911 call, what was your primary purpose?
When I first arrived on the scene, my primary goal and purpose was to provide life-saving aid to the child, as the information I had been given was that this had just occurred. The child had just taken the meds, and there was, due to proximity of where the call was and where I had been at the time of receiving the call, I was in very close proximity to the incident location. I believed I'd be able to provide very good immediate life-saving aid to the child.
Prior to taking the stand and testifying before the jury, you had an opportunity to listen to the 911 call in this case. Is that fair?
That is correct.
Who was that 911 call placed by?
The 911 call was placed by Josie Dikeman,
The defendant.
the defendant.
Okay. And you see the defendant in the courtroom today?
I do.
Can you point around and describe what she's wearing for the court record, please?
Sitting over at the,
Ms. Dikeman's to my right, we're in a blue.
Okay, record reflect identification, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. You said you responded very quickly to the 911 call, is that correct?
that is correct.
You had an opportunity to listen to the 911 call before testifying?
Correct.
You had an opportunity to look at your body cam before coming in and testifying as well?
That is correct.
Okay. Now, when you responded to the scene, did you observe the defendant still having her cell phone in hand?
Don't recall.
If you don't recall, we're
Don't
going to watch
recall.
it all together today. Okay. Based on what you heard on that 911 call, are you responding at the very end of that call to the scene?
Correct. Right at the end of the 911 call, I hear myself and also know that I'm on the scene at that point.
Okay. Would you recognize that 911 call if it were played in open court today?
I would.
All right. The record should reflect that State's Exhibit number 15 is a flash drive that contains the 911 call placed on Saturday, February 11th, 2023 at 9:25 and 57 seconds. And ask that that be played for the jury now.
No objection.
Go ahead.
Saturday, February 11, 2023, 09:25 and 57 seconds.
911, what is the address to the emergency?
W5512 County Road OS.
County OS, what's going on?
I'm in the ambulance here right away. We just woke up and my son is not responding. I found him on the ground into a bag I've had hidden, and there's an empty pill bottle on the ground.
Okay. Do you know what type of drug it is?
I don't, it's an old bag I had hidden, and I don't
Okay.
know what.
Hold on 1 second for me, okay? I'm going
Yeah.
to page out my first responders. Okay. What is your first name?
Josie,
Okay, Josie, and a phone number for you.
608-518-6265.
Okay, just stay on the line with me. How old is your son?
6.
A 6-year-old son? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, just stay on the line with me. I'm going to connect us with our medical information. I'm just going to get further questions.
Thank you.
Dispatch Center, Rick.
Rick, I've got a first responder. This one will be W5512 County Road OS for a 6-year-old who got into a bottle of pills. He is not responding. He is on the floor. Again, W5512 County Road OS. I've got Josie on the line, 518-6265. Rescue 2 has been dispatched. Go ahead.
Hi, okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I found him on the ground. He was in bed with us, and when we woke up, I was looking for him, and he was on the ground. I have an old bag of medication that was kind of hidden, and he's been getting up, and I'm talking. You need to go upstairs. Go upstairs. If you go upstairs. And he was on the ground, and he wasn't responding, and then I noticed the medication was open, and there was nothing in it.
All right, help's already on the way for you. They're coming as fast as they can for you right now. Are you with the patient now?
Yes, I am, and I noticed foam in his mouth. I took CPR classes a while ago, and I tried that, and it didn't work.
And you said this is a little boy or a little girl?
Boy,
Is he awake?
no.
Is he breathing?
No. I think they're here.
Let me know who's right beside you. Otherwise, we're going to talk about CPR instructions. We're going to continue with CPRs till help gets there.
I don't know.
Is there a defibrillator available? Send somebody to get it now in case it is needed later.
We never use this, sir, but you can come in.
Okay.
Else, into my medication. It's up to date. You can the stuff. You can come in.
Okay. Who's there?
Well, it's an old bag I got hidden. He's been getting off and getting into this.
I have an officer location. 911.
I move to take exhibit number 15 into evidence.
Received.
The record should reflect that a transcript states exhibit number 16 of that 911 call. A copy's been given to the defense, and an official copy's been given to the court.
That'll be received also.
Deputy Jar, I want to walk you through a little bit of that 911 call that we just listened to in open court. At the end of that 911 call, you hear a female voice say something to the effect of, "We never use this door, but you can come in."
Correct.
Whose voice is that?
That would be Josie Dikeman's voice.
And who is she saying that to?
She's saying that to me as I'm entering the residence.
So at the end of the 911 call, you are already arriving on scene, and she's answering the door and letting you in.
That is correct.
Okay. The defendant talked about this bag of medication twice on that 911 call. Do you recall hearing her say 2 separate times that it's a bag that she kept hidden?
That is correct.
Is that something that she says to you right away when you arrive on scene as well, that this was a bag that she kept hidden?
Shortly after meeting her at the door and entering the residence, she explained that to me, yes.
Do you recall hearing the defendant say on that 911 call that she just woke up to find Alex Xavier not in bed?
Correct.
This is at 9:25 a.m. when this phone call is being made, correct?
Correct.
The defendant also in the 911 call references CPR. What does the defendant say about CPR in the 911 call?
She stated that she has taken CPR classes and that she did attempt it and it was not successful.
It attempted CPR and it didn't work.
Correct.
All right, I want to talk about your response on scene immediately when that 911 call is being terminated. Tell us what you recall seeing with your eyes when you walked into the defense bedroom inside of her residence.
So I arrived on scene, entered at the front door, I'd say, and upon entry, spoke with Josie briefly, where she explained that they don't usually use that door, and that Alex Xavier had gotten into the bag of meds. I then began walking into the residence and asked where Alex Xavier was located, and she explained that he was located on our bed in the, main living area. Directly after entering the entryway, there's a bed in, a main living area. And from there, I located and identified Alex Xavier to be laying on the right side of the bed and went over to make contact with him and attempt to, wake him up, because at that point, due to being so close to the residence, I was unaware of the gravity of him being non-responsive and not breathing.
You were on scene fast.
Correct.
Like, this is the best response possible from law enforcement to a 911 call. Is this scenario, and you arriving, as quickly as you did.
Correct.
The 911 call, the defendant makes a statement about where she found Alex Xavier's body. In the 911 call, where did she say Alex Xavier's body was?
In the 911 call, she stated Alex Xavier was on the ground.
Where was Alex Xavier when you entered that front room?
He was laying on the right side of the bed.
Before initiating CPR on Alex Xavier's body, did you do anything else to try and see if Alex Xavier would wake up or come to?
I believe I called his name a couple times, then walked over to him, and I believe it was a sternum rub or something of that sort to attempt to awake some sort of response in him, and was unsuccessful.
There was no response when you called out his name.
Correct.
You tried stirring him a little?
Yes.
Do you recall how you did that?
I believe I rolled him either to his left or right side.
When you rolled Alex Xavier to his side, did he wake up from that?
He did not.
Did you observe something happen with Alex Xavier's mouth after you rolled him to the side?
I did. There was a white, clearish, frothy substance that emitted from his mouth.
White, clearish substance?
Yes.
Do you recall a black substance starting to come from his mouth as well?
Upon initiation of CPR, a black substance did begin coming from his mouth.
How quickly, when you initiated CPR, did that black substance start emanating from Alex's mouth?
Quite quickly, almost upon initiation, he began emanating that black fluid from his mouth.
At some point, was a decision made to administer Narcan?
It was.
Did you do that?
I did.
Tell us about what Narcan is and why you would administer it in this situation.
So Narcan is, don't know the technical terms of it, but it blocks the opioid receptors in the brain, I believe, and from that will reverse some sort of an overdose that an individual would be experiencing from an opioid.
Did you get any response from Alex Xavier or his body when you were administering Narcan?
I did not.
How is it administered?
Intranasally.
Like a shot?
Yeah, there's a plunger. You just stick it in the nostril and push it.
Oh, into the nose.
Into the nose.
No response from the Narcan.
Correct.
Did you keep performing CPR with Alex Xavier on the bed?
CPR was briefly administered on the bed. He was then picked up and placed onto the floor for better CPR, as you want to have a hard service under you.
How would you describe the temperature of Alex Xavier's body when you touched it?
Cold for a human, but he was still moderately warm in the chest area.
Cold for a human, but there's still some warmth emanating from the chest?
Correct.
What did you take that to mean?
So to me, that would mean, in the moment, that would mean that there was still possibly some viability. I can say confident.
Sustain.
You've been on law enforcement now for how many years?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. More experience with individuals who are unresponsive?
Correct.
More experience with individuals' body temperatures who you revive?
Correct.
Okay. And you can put your experience with Alex Xavier's body in context with the subsequent experience you've now had on your job?
Correct.
Okay. Based on that experience, the subsequent experience you've had on the job, what did you now, reflecting back on Alex Xavier and his condition that morning, what did you take his condition to be?
Overruled. Go ahead.
With the knowledge I have now, I can confidently say that Alex Xavier would be deceased based off of his body temperatures that I noticed at that day.
You can confidently say he would be deceased?
Yes.
I want to talk a little bit now about Alex Xavier's positioning of his body when you arrived on scene. In your experiencing with individuals who are deceased or close to deceased, do you know what rigor is?
I am familiar with rigor mortis, yes.
What is rigor mortis?
It is essentially after an individual has passed away or is deceased, the muscles then contract, and for lack of a better term, the body is very stiff.
Would it be fair to say that when the body is experiencing rigor mortis, the limbs of that body almost become locked in the position that they were last in?
That would be fair to say, yes.
Reflecting back on Alex Xavier today, was he in rigor when you arrived on scene?
He was indeed in rigor.
Okay. Handing what's been marked as State Exhibit number 19. Do you recognize what that is?
Yes, this is.
What is that?
This is the body of Alex Xavier.
That photograph was taken on the morning of February 11th, 2023?
That is correct.
That photograph, was it taken before or after CPR efforts were concluded?
This was after CPR efforts would have been concluded.
Can you describe to the jury the positioning of Alex Xavier's arms in that photograph?
So his left arm is straightened down to be the hand right around the front hip area, right about here.
His left arm?
His left arm, yes.
Okay. And what about his right arm?
His right arm is bent up at the elbow with his hand facing towards his shoulder and face area.
Like this, kind of turned in?
Correct.
Okay, so his left hand is down almost in front of his genital area?
That is correct.
His right arm is kind of locked in a twisting fashion with his fingers, how I'm displaying them now, a little bit?
Yes, very similar to that, yes.
Okay, and that's up towards his head?
Correct.
Are those how his limbs were when you arrived on scene, if you recall?
They were, with the exception of his left hand was just tucked inside the waistband, but in the same area.
His left hand, when you arrived on scene and Alex Xavier is positioned on the bed, is actually inside of his pants?
Yes, just barely, not fully, but I think about halfway-ish.
Okay. And how does his hand get moved from the pants? Do you recall?
I'm fairly certain it was by me when I attempted to move him. The hand either came out in the process of that or I pulled it out.
All right, I move State Exhibit number
19.
19 evidence.
No objection.
Received.
Permission to publish?
Any objection?
With understanding that the media is prohibited from.
Yeah. It can be published. Media is not to show this picture. There's a button right
I don't know
there.
how to use your technology. So.
Right there. Gotta let it start up.
I'll have it figured out by the end. Deputy, is this the photograph that we were just talking about?
It is.
And this is the positioning of Alex Xavier's arms as you told us?
It is.
You can also see a substance all over Alex Xavier's face, and it's actually pooling behind his head. Tell the jury about that.
So that would be the black substance that I noticed began emanating from his mouth upon the beginning of CPR. As chest compressions were done, that fluid continued to spew out of his mouth and continue to pool behind his head until CPR was then finished.
As you are performing CPR on Alex Xavier's body, are you also asking questions of the defendant?
I was.
And she was answering those questions?
She was.
And we would see those answers on the body cam that you were wearing that day, or at least hear them. Is that fair?
That is fair.
While you were performing CPR on Alex, after you had moved Alex to the floor, did you find a pill bottle close to Alex Xavier's body?
I did.
Were you wearing gloves at the time that you were performing CPR?
I was not.
Okay. I moved 19 evidence if I didn't already.
Sorry,
It's already received. Go ahead.
You were not wearing gloves at the time that you were initially performing CPR on Alex?
Correct.
And you were performing CPR on Alex for a number of minutes, is that fair to say?
That is fair to say.
Where did you locate this pill bottle?
It was on the floor on the same side of the bed that Alex Xavier was located, near a nightstand that was near the head of the bed.
Okay. While you're performing CPR on Alex, you're touching him skin to his skin, is that correct?
That is correct. I had cut off his shirt shortly after coming over to him in preparation for placing an AED on him.
And then you picked up the pill bottle with your bare hands and put it on the bed, is that correct?
I did.
Again, going back to where we started at the beginning of my questioning, at this point, you're performing a life-saving function, not an investigative function.
That is correct. My sole purpose was to attempt to save Alex Xavier's life.
I'm going to approach and show you what's been marked as state exhibit number 18. Ask you if you recognize what that is.
I do.
This state exhibit number 18.
It is a bottle of Predinazone. It was the bottle that I located on the floor.
That's the pill bottle that you located on the floor?
Correct.
And it was empty at the time you located it?
Correct.
And you moved it up to the bed?
Correct.
Correct. Also, the pill cap at some point you moved, if you recall?
I don't recall.
Don't recall. That's fair. I moved state exhibit number
18.
18 into evidence.
Received. Go ahead.
This is the pill bottle. Who is it prescribed to?
Josie Dikeman.
And it's for prednisone?
Correct.
What's the quantity for the pills that are supposed to be in this container if it was full? You see QTY at the bottom and then a number?
12.
12, thank you. As you sit here today, do you recall how long you performed CPR on Alex Xavier's body?
Not exactly, but it was a number of minutes.
It is all captured on your body cam?
It was.
You would recognize that if it were played in open court today?
I would.
Okay. For the record, state exhibit number 17 is the body camera of Deputy Jar. We're going to move state exhibit number 17 into evidence, and we're going to play from the beginning of that body cam excerpt until about 13 minutes into it. And transcripts have been provided to the court and defense.
Okay. We've been turning down just these lights here. No. Actually, and yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
We never use this door, but you can come in.
Okay.
Alex got into my medication. He
Okay.
gets up in the night and gets into stuff. You can come in.
Okay. He got into your meds. What meds are you taking?
Well, it's an old bag I had hidden. He's been getting up and getting.
Where is he at?
Oh my God! Go upstairs, guys.
131. Can you roll medical? Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex. 131. This is gonna be a code. Alex. Hey, buddy. Can you get him out?
Go upstairs now, or no grandma. Then no grandma.
Is he he's in a cast?
Yeah.
What is this? He's 131. He's foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
Give him some Narcan. Ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Deputy Jar, it's paused for the record at 2 minutes and 21 seconds into this video. You just said he's foaming at the mouth. Did I get that correct?
That is correct.
Did Do you see the black substance start to leak out of the side of his mouth when you just tilted his body and put it back in that position?
I did not.
Okay, let's go back just a little bit and watch it one more time. We can go back just 5 seconds.
Please, no one can speak in the galley, please. No one can speak.
131. He's foaming at the mouth.
Give him some Narcan. Ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Stop at 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Did you see it that time?
Yep, I saw it come out of the side of his mouth.
And that's just from tipping his body to the side, correct?
That is correct.
You have not even started performing CPR, and he has a black substance coming out of his mouth.
That is correct.
Okay. We can continue playing.
Where is her blood? Go upstairs now.
Great. 131 Narcan administered.
Hands. Start CPR on him. What do you need? Should we go somewhere else?
Get in here, Grant.
I'll take care of it. Okay. Get him off the bed. Get him on the solid floor.
This is not good. .131 CPR in progress. Joseph. Yep, he's bleeding.
Don't let him come in. 131.
Hey, you Josie? When did you notice him like this? When'd you wake up? Okay. How long has he been unmonitored?
Only when we're sleeping. He's been getting up at night.
When did you last see him?
Where's the meds?
When we went to sleep, on the floor by him.
Predinazone.
All right, that's fine.
0909.
You keep working. Keep working.
Okay, okay, all right.
Give a middle initial that Bradley's non-local at all.
Yeah, he is.
When's the last time anyone saw him? Talking.
Stand by.
What time last night? AM?
Adult patient.
All requests, Donald
Do not touch the patient. Stand clear of patient.
Don't go around. Everyone stay over there.
313.
Shock advised. Stand clear of patient. Press the orange no shock
And then coil
advised.
location.
Analyzing. Do not touch the patient.
Okay, keep going.
Analyzing. Do not touch the patient. Stand clear of patient. No shock advised. Begin CPR. It is safe to touch the patient. Place overlapping hands in middle of chest. Press directly down on the chest. Inside the metronome. Remain calm.
Do some breaths. Okay. I'm gonna watch that. Yep. Okay, do some chest presses.
Yep.
Try to get a good seal.
Still a little warm.
Did it take?
904.9.
Okay, stand clear. I got it too.
Yep.
Go ahead. Go again.
Alan's gonna be the middle name. Last name is Reynolds.
Alex. Come on, Alex.
I'm gonna take over.
Okay. You need to.
Get this out of here. They're gonna have to do a straight thing.
Can you get some gauze?
Everything later.
Okay.
You guys got it.
Or just some sort of thing. I need to clear some of this blood.
Can't get a good airway on the bag. You need to keep your children from over there. They're over in this other room. I just came in, so I'm good at the moment. What we need is room. I can take care of this. Why don't you start?
Let's move this bed.
I got as far over as you can go.
Is it not going any farther? Okay.
Over there.
I need to. Does this door open? Or does this stay like this?
Analyzing.
Let me move this chair.
Yes.
Okay. Predinazone. How many pills were in that?
I don't know. That's the only thing I needed to take to dump. That's all.
Shots?
Yep, you do what you gotta do. Getting under.
What did we take? What did we take?
Predinazone, it looks like. Was there any other pills that he could have taken? What other pills would be available to him?
Please, your pockets.
What bag?
The bag was right on the ground.
Is it? I think it's what bag on your head.
Is there any other drugs they could have taken?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
No, not that bag. It's the brown bag.
Brown?
Yell Michaela, tell her to get suction.
What?
Michaela, to get suction. Now.
Fluoxetine is in there.
This didn't start until we started CPR. Because all the fluids come out.
When was he last seen normal,
3
man?
a.m.
What time?
3 a.m.
140, I copy.
They're getting suction. Where are we going?
It's starting to a little bit.
Are you calling it?
Go upstairs.
No shots advised? No.
Stay out. Stay out. I need you to take over.
Yep. I can do it. Ready?
You're not gonna do air. You're not gonna do airway anyways. Okay. You let me step in? Lauren, do you want help?
Heart rhythm. Do not touch the shot advised.
Okay.
What do you want?
No shock.
Do not touch the patient.
Sorry.
Analyzing. Do not touch the patient.
Want me to get help in?
Analyzing. Do no shock advised. Begin CPR. It is safe to touch the patient. Place overlapping hands in middle of chest. Press directly down on the chest. In time with metronome. Remain calm.
Last time he was seen was he was covered up. There's nothing we can do.
Where's Joseph? Is he at the squad?
You gotta stay in there. Stay out here. I'll be right back.
You want me to stay out?
Paused at 13 minutes and 2 seconds. I move State Exhibit number 17 in evidence.
Yeah, it's received already.
Deputy Jar, I want to start with where we ended in that video. You come and place both hands on your squad for a second. Tell us about that.
I was, for lack of a term, overcome by emotions. It was very sad. I started crying. It took quite a toll on me. I mean, even still sitting here,
That part's hard for you to watch.
still, yeah, I had to turn away. It's still very hard for me to watch, and
There were a couple portions of that interaction that was on body cam that you said and asked questions of the defendant, and it was hard to hear what she said. So I want to go back to some of those. At least once, if not more, the question was asked of the defendant, when was the last time he was observed to be normal and fine? Is that correct?
that is correct.
And what was the defendant's answer to each one of those questions when it was posed?
3 a.m. the night prior.
3 a.m. the night prior.
Yes.
Towards the end of the body cam, when you are getting up and leaving the residence, you can hear someone crying. At any point when you were on scene, did you observe the defendant to cry?
Prior to that moment, no.
The crying that we heard on that, that's actually Becky Ehlers crying and not the defendant, isn't that right?
Correct.
How would you describe the defendant's demeanor while you're on scene?
Calm.
Did you find this peculiar?
I did.
Overruled.
Why did you find it peculiar?
Everybody can handle grief differently or react differently to it, but typically in an individual during a traumatic moment like that expresses some level of emotion.
You yourself were having an emotional reaction to it.
Correct.
At some point, we observed you on the body cam going through pills. Where were those pill bottles from?
They were located in a bag that was on the ground, also on the right side of the bed.
Was that the bag that the defendant identified as the bag she had hidden from the children?
That is correct.
Where did you find that bag when you walked in on the morning of February 11th, 2023?
I didn't notice it until nearing the end there, she had actually pointed out where it was, and it was, I believe, placed on the bed by my father.
Was it close by to where you were performing CPR?
Correct.
On the ground? Was it open, the bag?
I don't recall.
I don't recall. You started going through some of the pill bottles and announcing what the prescriptions were for, and we saw that on the body cam. Did you finish that process, or did you go back to performing CPR?
After that, I believe I opened up room.
Opened up the doors to the room?
Mhm.
Okay. At any point, did you see any prescription bottle for Olazepam or Xanax when you were going through that bag?
I did not.
At some point later on, did you go back into the residence and see the body of Alex Xavier after he was pronounced deceased?
I did. I assisted investigators with in the inside of the residence.
When you're in the residence performing that life-saving function in CPR, are you really looking for injuries on Alex Xavier's body?
I was not.
When you go back in after Alex Xavier's been pronounced deceased, then did you have a better opportunity to observe all the injuries on Alex Xavier's body?
I did.
How would you describe those injuries to the jury?
Very traumatic. There were numerous bruises and other odd injuries on Alex Xavier's body.
All over his head?
Correct.
On his limbs?
Correct.
On his chest?
Correct.
On his back?
Correct.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Mr. Zacher, Crosse?
Good morning.
So my understanding is that you would have just very recently started field training with Sergeant Anderson, is that correct?
Deputy Anderson, but yes.
It was that your first day with Deputy Anderson?
It was not. I believe this was day 3.
Okay, so I'm pretty new to the job as a sheriff's deputy, fair to say?
Correct.
And was this the first person that you've ever done CPR on?
I believe so.
Okay. And I was in EMS for 6 years myself, deputy. You agreed that CPR is a process that does require a bit of force?
Correct.
And I assume that you've, in the meantime, come upon scenes where others are doing CPR before you?
Correct.
And civilians don't always get the process of CPR correct. Would you agree with me?
Correct.
Sometimes what you see on television are kind of the limp-wristed, arms extended, like on Grey's Anatomy. That isn't how you're trained to do that, right?
Correct.
You're trained to do it with a good deal of force overhead with your knuckles interlocked, correct?
Correct.
And you have no idea how hard Ms. Dikeman would have been pressing on Alex's chest if she described doing CPR. Is that correct?
Correct.
And Deputy, what Ms. Dikeman described to you initially was a white foam coming out of his mouth, correct?
Correct.
You yourself observed a white foam coming out of Alex's mouth when you initially encountered him. Is that correct?
After I made physical contact with him, yes.
And that was part of the decision to administer Narcan. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, you agree that you are trained to maintain your calm in an emergency situation, correct?
Correct.
And police officers are people, correct?
Correct.
So, like, it's not out of the ordinary for police officers to react with emotions when it's called for, correct?
Correct.
Not everybody responds the same way to trauma, though. Is that fair?
Yes.
Some people will be broken down and irreconcilable at a scene like this. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Others will be more stoic and in control of themselves.
Yeah.
You didn't know Ms. Dikeman at all before this incident when you responded on February 11th. Is that correct?
Correct.
You're unaware of what her baseline emotional response or reactions are?
Correct.
And Ms. Dikeman, throughout the process of investigators being at that scene, was crying or emotional at times. Is that correct?
I didn't have a lot of contact with her after the fact, so I'm unsure.
You agree with me, Deputy, that you can't look at a person's reaction and conclude that that's how they're feeling based on your first impressions?
That's fair.
Because a parent in that position might also be in shock. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Don't want to believe what they're saying in front of them. Is that fair?
Fair.
So, just to clarify the record here, you'd attach an AED or an automatic external defibrillator to Alex?
Deputy Anderson did.
And the voice that you're hearing of shock advised or no shock advised is the AED itself?
Correct.
And in the process there, the reason that you didn't shock Alex when the shock was initially advised is because you had been doing CPR at that time. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you weren't certain if the AED was indicating a shockable rhythm like ventricular fibrillation or something else, correct?
When doing CPR, those compressions can cause the AED to read that there may be a shockable rhythm when there is not a rhythm there.
And that's why you and Deputy Anderson chose to wait for the machine to reanalyze before actually pressing the shock button. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Now, one of the possibilities that you were considering was an accidental drug overdose. Is that correct?
That was my initial belief of what was occurring.
And you agree that overdoses can indeed be accidental?
Yes.
And that's why you administered Narcan, correct?
Correct.
And Deputy, just so the record is clear, Narcan does not work on a deceased patient. Is that fair?
Correct.
Now, the scene itself, would you agree, was fairly cluttered?
It was.
There was all sorts of property and belongings kind of all over the floor and all over everything?
There was.
I would go so far as to say is that the area in which you and your other responders were working was straight up messy. Would you agree with that?
It was.
And is that why you tried freeing that French door to get some more space to work on, Alex?
Yeah, we had, with medical professionals arriving, we needed more space to work.
Okay, they needed room to get the cot in?
I don't know if we would have ever been able to get the cot in that room.
Okay, so in that space, like even clearing the door, you were pushing away things that were on the floor already. Is that correct?
Correct.
Very complicated scene to search. Is that fair to say?
That's fair.
Now, at the time, you noticed a prednisone bottle on the ground. Is that correct?
I did.
And you're looking to see whether or not Alex had taken something that Narcan might be useful for. Is that correct?
Correct.
You have no idea when that prednisone bottle actually was placed on that floor. Is that correct?
Correct.
You have no idea if it was placed there in the act of Alex going through a medication bag. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And just given the state of the house, you have no idea if it was there for weeks at a time. Is that fair?
That is fair.
You have no idea who last touched that medication bottle before you.
Correct.
And Deputy, I assume that you're familiar with buccal DNA swabs. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Has there been a case where you've been asked to submit a buccal swab of your own DNA to rule yourself out as a source on in other cases?
No.
You weren't asked to do so here as well, were you?
No.
Now, at this point, did you or any deputy that you were able to observe ask for elimination samples from the others in the home for DNA on that bottle?
That would have been probably done by an investigator, so I'm not sure.
Sure. You didn't do that, though, correct?
I did not.
So, Deputy, the bag with the pill bottles was also initially on the floor. Is that correct?
Correct.
My understanding is that it got moved around perhaps several times in the course of searching the home. Is that accurate?
I don't recall. I'm not sure.
And the bed that was in the room was not initially turned up against the wall. Is that correct?
The bed.
That was in a normal position for a bed?
Yeah.
Okay. So when the bed was turned up against the wall, officers would have done that in the course of searching the home?
Yeah.
Same thing with items that were piled on top of that little love seat inside of the room?
I don't know if that was before or after we searched the room.
Sure. So for instance, if there are photographs of the bag containing the old medication pills being up on the love seat, is it your understanding that an officer or somebody searching the scene would have placed it there afterwards?
Maybe.
'Cause you're the first one in, correct?
Correct.
And you saw the bag on the floor, correct?
Not until she, later into the incident, when she identified it as a brown bag we were looking for.
Okay.
Upon arrival, I was not looking for a bag.
Sure, sure. But that's the first place that you saw it, correct?
On the floor or on the left seat?
Floor.
Correct.
And you didn't see Ms. Dikeman move it into that position as you were trying life-saving measures on Alex, did you?
I did not.
That's something you obviously would have noted, correct?
Had I noticed it, yes.
So, Deputy, one of the things that you were tasked with doing was helping to search this scene for evidence of a possible crime. Is that correct?
I was more asked to just assist investigators with whatever they were asking me to do. I was not tasked with anything to do on my own.
Well, you say in your body camera at one point, I'm taking pictures of everything or something to that effect.
Yes.
Is that correct? You're doing that because you want to preserve the scene and try to collect evidence. Is that correct?
Correct.
And evidence of possible pill fragments or substance use is very relevant to this investigation. Is that correct?
At the time, yes.
And one of the things that you were examining and looking at were possible pill fragments that you located on the bedding of the bed. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes.
I'm showing you what's been marked as Exhibit 235. Do you recall taking that photograph?
I don't recall, but I took
Just logged
many
under your
photos.
name. Did you take photographs of something that looked like that?
Yeah,
Okay. And that appears to be a red pillowcase that we're looking at. Is that fair?
that's fair.
And on that pillowcase, you're taking this photograph because we have some sort of white microparticles. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you're photographing this because this is potential evidence of substance use, correct?
Correct.
Offer 235.
Objection.
Received.
Publish.
Go. Any objection? Go ahead.
All right. And Deputy, we can see the side of the bed just a slight bit here. So this is on the side of the bed that Alex would have been on when you responded. Is that correct?
I can't say for certain.
Okay. But you're taking pictures of what were later labeled as possible pill fragments on evidence.
Correct.
And this was obviously important for you to categorize and collect, correct?
Correct.
Because you know that the investigators could later send this to the state crime laboratory to determine what it is. Is that fair?
That's fair.
To your knowledge, this doesn't look like a pill that had been split neatly by a pill cutter. Would you agree with me?
Yeah.
Looks more like a fragment of something.
Yeah.
And obviously, if this is a fragment of something that's on the pillow where Alex would have been sleeping, that's pretty relevant to this investigation. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
All right. So that's why you collected it, correct?
Yeah.
So those are the white fragments. Did you also photograph and measure blue fragments from that same pillow?
Probably.
Or bluish, I guess I should say. Two different exhibits, please. 236.
Okay.
This look familiar to you?
Yeah,
That perhaps actually looks like maybe a different view of the white fragment.
it very well could be, yes.
And I'm showing you 237. Do you recall this?
Yeah,
Looks like somebody's taking out a tape measure to measure a different fragment on the pillow. Is that correct?
correct.
And you're doing that because you want to show where it was placed and how large the fragment was. Is that correct?
That would be correct.
And obviously, you're not going to take pictures of things at a potential crime scene if you don't believe that it may be evidence.
Typically, I'll take pictures of anything you can just to preserve that scene, everything that is there.
And these fragments were also collected. Is that correct?
I don't recall. That would be an investigator task.
Certainly, if you're photographing and measuring something like this, the expectation will be collected as evidence. Correct?
Yeah.
I offer 236, 237.
Received?
Publish.
Objection.
Go ahead.
236. So, Deputy, are we looking at that white fragment on the pillow?
Yes.
And it was something that you chose to photograph just to document the scene. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Now, here's 237. Kind of a whitish blue hue. Would you agree with me on that?
Yes.
And this is what you photographed on the pillow as well?
Correct.
You have no idea what these substances are, do you?
I do not.
You have no idea how they got there, do you?
Correct.
You have no idea how long they were there. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you have no idea whether this was something that Alex ingested prior to his death.
Correct.
You have no idea, Deputy, whether or not either of these fragments constitute alprazolam or Xanax. Is that correct?
Typically, alprazolam is white, but that is correct.
Well, alprazolam comes in any number of different colors and formulations. Is that correct?
That is fair.
Including blue?
Probably.
So we don't know what these pill fragments are, correct?
Correct.
And one way to find that out is for the investigators to send it to the state crime lab and say, tell us what this is, correct?
Correct.
Now, Deputy, when you and your colleagues were doing CPR on Alex, you agree that you're using a good deal of force?
I would say, being a newer deputy and watching my CPR back, it was fairly weak, honestly.
Sure, sure. Were you looking at Alex's body for signs of any other medication?
Negative. No.
No? Okay. Did you notice whether or not Alex had what appeared to be a crushed blue substance on his pajama pants?
I don't recall ever seeing it.
Sure. Your impression is that the investigators would be the ones who would take care of sending these substances to the crime lab for evidentiary testing. Is that correct?
Correct.
I mean, you're 3 days on the job, right? That wasn't your job.
At this point, I'm 3 months on the job, 3 days on my own. We've 4 phases of
Sure.
field training. Phase 4 is where I'm making all decisions. I'm shadowed by senior deputy, just making sure that I'm doing things correctly.
Sure.
We're day 3 of that.
So when you're looking at Alex's body after this point, you note that there appears to be bruising all over, correct?
Say that again?
You just testified that there was bruising on Alex's body that was visible to you at that scene. Is that correct?
Later in the events, after we begin looking at it from an investigative standpoint, yes.
You agree that you don't know when Alex sustained those injuries. Is that correct?
Correct.
You agree, Deputy, that it's difficult sometimes to distinguish bruising from postmortem blood pooling?
It can be.
And you don't claim to be able to make that distinction, correct?
I think certain levels of bruising I could, yes.
Sure. You have no idea how those apparent bruises got onto Alex Xavier, correct?
Correct.
You have no idea whether Alex Xavier's father injured him the evening before. Is that correct?
I do not, correct.
So, Deputy, another duty that you were assigned was looking through the upper area of the home. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you went through kind of this like crawl space, I guess. Is that fair?
I believe so.
And what you discovered was an old bag of clothing, correct?
Honestly, I don't remember much of the rest of the home.
Sure. Nothing out of the ordinary, correct?
Me remembering it or the home itself?
No, in the crawl space I'm talking about.
I don't recall.
Sure. Deputy, I'm showing you a photograph that you took from the interior of the crawl space. Does that look familiar to you?
Honestly, no, but
Sure.
I'm sure I was taking photos, so.
Sure. And what we have in this photo looks pretty innocuous. Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
Looks like an old sandal. Yes.
correct.
And a bag of something in a garbage bag.
Correct.
And you would have gone through those items in the course of searching this crawl space. Is that correct?
More than likely, yes.
Offer 238.
Objection.
Received.
Publish.
Go ahead.
All right. So this is the photo that we were just looking at.
Correct.
And Deputy, I assume that if you had discovered a collection of firearms, that's something that you would have photographed. Is that correct?
Yes.
If you saw a collection of firearms, likely that's something you would have seized. Is that fair to say?
If I was told to by an investigator, yes.
You didn't discover any firearms in this crawl space area, is that correct?
I did not personally.
Deputy, if you discovered a stash of apparent diamonds, that's something that you would have photographed as well, is that correct?
Correct.
Can we assume that you did not locate any stash of diamonds in the crawl space upstairs?
I think that's fair to assume.
And if you had observed a paddle or spoon designed to beat children with, you also would have photographed and noted that.
I'm not familiar with the paddle meant for hitting kids, but.
Sure. And in concert, if you saw all those things together, you would have photographed it, correct?
Yeah.
We don't see a wooden spoon or paddle or anything of that sort anywhere in this crawl space. Is that correct?
Not in this photo.
Nothing that you noted at all. Is that correct?
I don't, as I stated, I don't recall a lot of the other part of the residence.
So, Deputy, I want to go to a digital photograph of the actual prednisone bottle here. I apologize, we didn't have this one printed necessarily, but we'll add it to Defense Exhibit 205. So the image label for this, Judge, is img_492.jpg. And offer it as an attachment to.
Any objection?
So can I look at it before it's published?
Yeah, it's in the evidence bag.
Yep.
So you'll need to switch it to the computer.
I promise we're almost done.
You're fine.
Yeah, it's backwards here.
All right. Deputy, does that appear to be the prednisone bottle that you seized from the scene?
It does.
All right, let's flip to the second image here. And this one is labeled IMG_6493.jpg. Does that appear to be the interior of that pill bottle?
Yeah.
Does not appear to be the interior of the pill bottle?
Yes or no? Sorry.
Oh, it does. Okay.
It does, yes.
We can see a residue of sorts in there. Is that correct?
It's hard to tell if that's the bag or if
Well,
it's...
lean in, look, I can see it from here. Can you see any apparent residue on inside of that bottle? I'm looking at the lid area.
I think that's the bag. I think that's a line of the bag.
That's the line of the bag.
Is that what...
Yeah. So, Deputy, looking at that, assuming that we're looking at residue, and we can go with some other photos. Does that appear to you to be white?
I guess I'm going to object because he said he saw a line. He didn't say he said residue. And so the assumption of the question seems to be that it's actually residue.
Yeah, assisting.
All right. I'm going to use the laser pointer here. I'm not going to get Terry in the face. We have got, you see the area that I'm kind of circling here?
Yeah.
Does that appear to be a different color than the remainder of the bottle?
It does.
And does that appear to be consistent plausibly with residue?
It could be.
And does that residue appear to be whitish in color?
It is a lighter hue than the bottle, yes.
One option that law enforcement has to determine whether or not residue is what is on the prescription bottle is to send that bottle into the state crime laboratory. Is that correct?
Yeah.
You're familiar with the fact that they can test for very small amounts of controlled substances. Is that correct?
Correct.
And in your experience, people sometimes will store illegal drugs inside of legal containers like this.
Correct.
You have no idea whether or not there was Xanax inside of that pill bottle prior to its discovery. Is that correct?
That's fair.
Why don't we go to the previous image, please? Deputy, the image itself indicates, or it indicated, at least on the other side, are you familiar with, you testified with Mr. Torbenson that there's supposed to be 12 pills in there. Is that correct?
That is what the quantity of the prescription would be filled out. It is, yes.
And you have no idea when or if those pills were removed from that bottle. Is that correct?
Correct.
You have no idea who would have removed the pills. Is that correct?
Correct.
The pill bottle itself also indicates what color the pills are. Is that correct? That might be easier. Bottle. Yeah. We may need to just get the actual pill bottle into court, Deputy. I'd offer the exhibits previously marked and displayed.
Any objection?
No.
Will be received.
You have no idea whether or not Derek Pedrin stored Xanax inside of that pill bottle, do you?
I do not.
Nothing further?
All right. Do you have a lot of redirect?
Enough that maybe this is a good place to break.
Okay, that's what I was basically asking. So, good time to take a lunch break. We'll start back up at 1:15. Please don't talk about the case. If you need something, please let us know. Otherwise, we'll see you after lunch. Thank you. Okay, everybody may be seated. Thank you, everybody. By the way, if I call this because I've been calling everybody in a little bit earlier than I tell you, if you need more time, just let us know. No problem. All right, officer, I think we were at the point of redirect. Go ahead, Mr. Torbens.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Deputy.
Good afternoon.
Deputy, when we broke this morning, there were a number of photographs shown to you regarding fragments that were found either on a pillow or on a bed or on the floor. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You don't know what that substance was, do you?
I do not.
And you did not collect that substance, did you?
I did not.
The defense attorney kept referring to that substance as a pill fragment. You do not know that to be a pill fragment as you sit here today.
I do not.
Okay. That substance that you were shown, these little pieces, they were light blue in color. Is that fair?
Fair.
Okay. I want to show you State's Exhibit number 17 again, which is the body camera that we watched this morning. I think it's paused at about 6 minutes, 47 seconds, but I'll make sure when it comes up.
Maybe switch it over, please. Thank you.
Deputy Jar, can you see the body cam pause at 6 minutes and 47 seconds?
I can.
It's a little bit blurry, but I want you to focus up in the carpeting at the top in the gray. Do you see a blue substance in that carpeting?
I do.
Okay. And are you aware that that blue substance that's in the carpeting up there was in fact all over the house?
Objection, calls for facts not in evidence. Lack of foundation.
I'm asking if he's aware he was at the house.
Yeah, overruled.
Can you restate the question?
Yeah, are you aware that that blue substance that's caked in that carpeting was located all over the house?
I believe so.
Okay. Do you recall seeing blue frosting on the stove, on the burners of the stove?
Correct.
Okay. I want to show you another photograph. This is State's Exhibit number 57. I'm going to ask for Elmo control now. First, I'm going to show it to you. Deputy Jar. Ask you to recognize what that photograph is of.
Yes, this is a photograph of Alex Xavier's feet area.
That photograph was taken shortly after Alex Xavier was pronounced deceased on scene.
That is correct.
You see a bunch of little small blue specks, light blue specks on the floor by his feet.
That is correct.
Permission to publish?
Okay. Received and published.
If I'm pointing to it, this is the blue substance right here.
Correct.
And you also see it up at the top.
I do.
Okay, this blue substance is literally everywhere, correct?
Correct.
You could have spent hours collecting every one of those blue substances, right?
Correct.
You yourself didn't collect that blue substance as, thank you. You yourself didn't collect the blue substance, right?
I did not.
That responsibility fell to somebody else.
Correct.
And that somebody else will be familiar with the texture and what that substance was like,
Presumably, yes.
and whether or not it's even like a pill or not like a pill.
Yeah.
When you were responding to the investigation, you did take photographs of the scene, is that correct?
I did,
Is it
basically.
your responsibility to process the scene?
It is not.
Okay, that was somebody else's response.
Correct.
So the photographs that we saw of those things that you were, those little specks, you took those photographs, but you did not collect those items.
Correct.
I want to go back a little bit to the topic of CPR, okay?
Okay.
You saw the response of Alex Xavier's body when you just rotated him to the side.
Correct.
And remind the jury again what just rotating Alex Xavier's body to the side did.
Asked and answered, Judge.
Overruled.
What did that do with regards to the substance out of Alex Xavier's mouth?
It caused the whitish clear substance to come out, and then the darker black substance to subsequently start emanating from his mouth.
And when you initially started performing CPR, what did that cause that black substance to do?
The black substance then a lot more significantly began emanating from his mouth.
Based on your experience in performing CPR on the body of Alex Xavier Pedron on the morning of February 11th, 2023, do you believe that anybody performed CPR on his body before you did?
Objection, speculation, lack of foundation, beyond the scope of Crosse.
Sustain.
The substance came out immediately,
Correct.
before you even laid hands on him.
Correct.
Okay. If the representation were made that the defendant picked up and held the body of Alex Xavier and cried with the body while holding Alex Xavier's body, would you expect that substance to come out based on your personal experience?
Objection, speculation, lack of foundation, beyond the scope of Crosse.
I agree. Sustain.
If the representation were made that the defendant cried and held the body of Alex Xavier before you arrived on scene, did you see with your eyes any sign that this defendant cried in any way, shape, or form before you arrived?
Objection, lack of, beyond the scope of Crosse, relevance, speculation.
Overruled. Whatever you observed of the defendant.
Can you restate the question?
Yes, if the representation was made during opening statements.
Judge, again, these are facts that are not in evidence. I object to that. He's asking a hypothetical in response to opening statements.
I'll rephrase it. Did you see any signs in any way, shape, or form that were consistent with this defendant crying before you arrived on scene on the morning of February 11th, 2023?
Objection, beyond the scope of Crosse.
Overruled. Go ahead.
I did not.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Any recross?
Yes. All right. Deputy Jar, the substance that was collected from the pillow was collected for the purposes of evidentiary use. Is that correct?
Presumably, I didn't collect it, but presumably.
And it didn't appear to you to be frosting, correct?
I didn't collect it.
You would have said that it was apparent frosting if you thought that that's what it looked like. Is that fair to say?
Again, I mean, I didn't, I just took pictures. I genuinely did not collect it or touch it.
Okay. And I'm not sure what we're looking at here. Can we get Exhibit 57 up again? All right. You have any idea what that even is, Deputy?
The photograph or the specific?
The blue substance that was depicted on this photograph.
I do not know what it directly is, no.
Okay. And you have no idea if that substance is the same as the substance that was found on the pillow. Is that correct?
It looks very similar.
It looks blue, right? But beyond that, you have no idea what that substance is. Is that correct?
Correct.
You have no idea what the substance on the pillow was. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you have no idea what the white substance that was photographed and collected from the pillow was either, do you?
Correct.
Deputy, did you participate at all in packaging Alex Xavier's clothing or helping to move his body outside of the home after he was pronounced deceased?
I don't recall.
And do you recall whether or not there was a crushed pill or pill-like substance on his pajama pants at the time that he was pronounced deceased?
I don't recall. I didn't look at the body or the clothes.
Approaching with what's marked as Exhibit 239. Does that appear to be Alex's pajama pants?
It does. It does.
And do you see what appears to be a crushed blue substance of sort on the pajama pants?
I do.
Is that something in your estimation that was on the pajama pants at the time that you were doing CPR, or do you not recall?
I do not recall.
Certainly, if it appeared to be a crushed pill or some other substance, you would note that and collect it, correct?
When I was performing CPR, I was very focused in on attempting to save his life.
Yep, and I'm just asking, like, had you noted that, it would have been something that you would have noted, or had you seen that, you would have noted and collected it, correct?
An investigator might have. It was above my scope of
Offer
what I was doing.
239.
Any objection?
No.
Received?
Move to publish.
Go ahead.
Deputy, am I showing you a picture of an apparent crushed substance of some sort on these pajama pants?
Yes.
And this is what you said you didn't see on Alex at the time that you were doing CPR, correct?
Correct. I wasn't looking at the pants.
And you have no idea what that substance is that correct?
Correct.
You have no idea if it's a crushed pill of some sort, correct?
Correct.
You have no idea if that's alprazolam. Are you correct?
Correct.
You never met Ms. Dikeman before February 11th of 2023, is that correct?
Correct.
You have no idea how she reacts emotionally to trauma, is that correct?
That is correct.
You have no idea what she looks like after she's been crying, is that correct?
I think most people would show similar, wet face, eyes, but.
Well, tears dry, correct?
Correct.
You have no idea what that looks like for Ms. Dikeman, is that correct?
That's correct.
Nothing further?
Any redirect?
Yeah, I just want to go back to that photo that we looked at with the pants. You have experience with sugar and frosting?
Yeah.
I'm not going to make a joke about cops and donuts.
Fair enough.
But, you know what frosting looks like. It's sticky, right?
Yeah.
It's a substance that you might get on your hands, fingers, or clothing if you're engaged in it, right?
Correct.
What about pills? Pills are dry.
Yes.
Section leading.
In your experience, how are pills?
Dry.
Okay. If you have a crushed up pill that is dry, would you expect it to stick to clothing?
Not typically.
This blue color that was on Defense Exhibit 239. Does that look pretty consistent to you with frosting?
Yeah.
The frosting that was observed everywhere throughout this house?
Yeah.
Same color?
Same color, yeah.
Same consistency?
Yeah.
Same thing we saw on the carpeting?
Yeah.
On the floor?
Yeah.
In the kitchen?
Correct.
Thanks.
Any?
Deputy, in your experience, frosting doesn't typically fracture into shards, is that correct?
Depends on if it's dried or not.
And you have no idea what that substance was on the pajama pants, correct?
I don't know for sure what it is.
If I asked you to try it right now and tell us whether or not it tasted like candy, would you do so?
No, it's on pants.
Because, Deputy, you don't know if that's a controlled substance or not, correct?
No.
Nothing further.
Okay. Anything further?
Not on that.
All right, thank you. May step down.
Thank you.
Maybe release from his subpoena?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Want to call your next witness.
Well, we're gonna maintain our subpoena, but Deputy Jar can leave and we'll text him if we need him.
Okay, thank you. I want to
He
call.
calls Reed Quinton to the stand.
Okay.
And Judge, just for purposes of the media in the courtroom, this is testimony regarding the autopsy. There's going to be photographs. So I'd ask that they be reminded not to show anything that's displayed in open court.
All right, please don't show these photographs.